Today is June 6th. 76 years ago on this day, led by the Americans, the Allies began the liberation of Europe, the end of the Third Reich, and the end of the Holocaust. Normally we celebrate this day with a big event and a brass band, and we bring our local World War II veterans to this event because we combined the D-Day anniversary with a salute to World War II Veterans Day. But 2020 is a little different. We have to improvise, adapt, and overcome. But despite the challenges, we are going to remember this day, which I believe is the most important day of the 20th century, June 6th, 1944. One of the most important days in history. Had D-Day and the landing on the beaches of Normandy not been successful, the world would be a very different place. It would be a darker place. Who knows what would have happened. But the Allies were successful. Our troops were successful. We took the beaches, and in a series of months and with much more bloodshed, we were able to achieve victory in Europe. And we're going to remember that important anniversary today, the 76th anniversary. We're going to salute our local World War II veterans and remember some of the local World War II veterans we've lost in the past year. First World War II veteran we're going to honor is my friend Owen Kyle Sr. from Fishkill, New York. Owen's been coming to these events for years. He was a private first class in the Army Air Corps. He was in Europe from 1943 to 1945. He loaded bombs onto a B-26. When I drive around town, I see one of those beautiful hometown hero signs, and I see your picture on there. Owen, thank you for your service. Francis Agito Jr., Frank Agito, Judge Frank Agito, another friend of mine, served in the U.S. Army, Air Force in Europe and in the Middle East. And when he came home, he served for many years. He served his community as a highly respected New York State Supreme Court Justice. Thank you for your service, Judge Agito. Angelo Ferreira from Fishkill, New York. Good friend of mine. He served in the United States Army. He served with the 1802 Special Regiment, and he's currently the deputy mayor in the village of Fishkill. Good man, Ange. I hope you're doing well. We honor and thank you for your service to our country and community. We also honor World War II veteran Edwin Fitchett of Poughkeepsie, New York, who was in the U.S. Army from 1943 to 1946. Served with the 106th Field Artillery Battalion. He was a first lieutenant. Thank you for your service, Lieutenant Fitchett. We also honor World War II veteran Edward Hutchinson of Hopewell Junction, who served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. He was a water tender first class on the USS Salem from 1942 to 1945. We honor and thank you for your service, Edward Hutchinson. John Byron of Millbrook served in the U.S. Navy as a fire controlman second class from 1944 to 1946 on the USS Turner. He later served in Korea. He witnessed a typhoon that was, quote, nearly the death of him. He then had a 30-year career in the New York City Police Department, where he was known as Sergeant No. Thank you for your service, John Byron, in both the military and in the NYPD. Today we recognize the World War II service of Henry Jenkins of Armenia. We're also going to recognize the service of his incredible family. Henry Jenkins served in the U.S. Army as a surgical technician, 4th grade. He served in the Western Pacific. He had 3 brothers who also served in World War II. Lieutenant Edwin Alton Jenkins was killed in action over Mindoro in the Philippines. Lieutenant Colonel Marvin W. Jenkins served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam in the Air Force. And he received, among other decorations, the Soldier's Medal for heroism. And Brother John W. Jenkins served in World War II, also in the Air Force. An incredible family, incredible service. We also recognize and honor the service of Edwin Joba, a World War II veteran from Poughkeepsie, New York. He served in the Navy. He was an aviation electronics technician mate, first class, serving in the Pacific. World War II veteran William Sabatus of Wappinger Falls. we honor your service today. William Sabatis served in the United States Army from 1944 to 1946. And he also served in the Pacific as a sergeant. Theodore Zolkowski from Poughkeepsie, New York. We honor your World War II service today. Theodore Zolkowski served in the U.S. Army Medical Corps as a surgery technician. He was in Europe from 1944 to 1945. Gentlemen, on behalf of the people I'm honored to represent in the 105th Assembly District, we thank you for your service to this country during the Second World War.